Paul O'Brien Winery is the combination of two middle names. So I'm Scott O'Brien Kelley.
I'm Dyson DeMara.
We've been good friends for a long time and came together to create a winery here in the Umpqua Valley of Oregon.
So both Scott and I work together and complete a very unique set of skills. As part of that, we both bring with us our international experience of working globally in the production of fine wines. And we use not only the techniques that we've learned and more importantly how to think about fine wine from different perspectives, but we bring the very best tools that you'll find at any winery in the world. Everything from concrete fermenters that are patented to large oak cooperage of 3,000 and 5,000 gallons to cask aging of some of our red wines. And the ability to have tasted and seen wines around the world really gives us an incredible palette of tools and techniques to play with.
Paul O'Brien Winery here in the Umpqua Valley produces a diverse selection of wines. These wines are really driven by the terroir of our area and the beautiful, wonderful, powerful climate that we have here in the Umpqua. Since starting Paul O'Brien Winery, I've spent a lot of time traveling around the state working with different vineyards. We do produce a bit of Willamette Valley Pinot Noir, which is a great opportunity to compare and contrast the styles. The Willamette, while full of that earthiness and beautiful perfume and acidity, is not quite as concentrated as what we see here in the Umpqua.
It's so rare in the modern world to find an area that has such powerful nature that's really unknown. Both Scott and I explore and look forward to finding the great gardens of Umpqua Valley, areas that produce not only beautiful wines, but world-class distinctive wines.
So when we go out and look for these great sites, we only choose dry-farmed hillside vineyards throughout the Umpqua Valley. The land of 100 valleys here in the Umpqua has so many hillsides. They're almost like facets on a diamond that create these different aspects. That allows us to use our knowledge and experience to know what we think might work best there. Of course, we have to give it a try and make it into wine, but over time we learn what works best in the western hills, what works best over on the eastern warmer side, and then these different soil types that meld into that.
In 2014, we created Oregon Territory to take and allow us to produce wines that are $18 to $20 a bottle, are really built for Wine by the Glass programs, and to take those wines out and really to show the power of Mother Nature in the Umpqua Valley. And these wines have the same depth and richness and brightness and elegance that you would see in our Paul O'Brien wines, but at a much more attractive price. So much of what you produce is the path that you've walked before. And with over 60 years of experience with Scott and I, working for small producers, large producers in the old world and in the new world, we bring that experience to you in the glass at Paul O'Brien Winery.
You know, most often we see one region have an identity as a varietal specific. The challenge in the Umpqua Valley is we have diversity. We have the ability to do so many incredible things.
We truly believe at Paul O'Brien that Umpqua Valley will be a household name in 5 to 10 years. The nature here is as powerful as any place on the west coast of the United States. And as the human element is applied and we learn how to interpret the incredible gardens, vineyards that we have, and the distinctive flavors and that balance of power and elegance, that Umpqua Valley will become a name not just in Oregon or in the United States, but will be internationally acclaimed. And these wines will stand in the company of the greatest wines in the world.
With the opportunity to taste such a wide array of wines, Paul O'Brien Winery is your one stop in the Umpqua Valley.